Myself, Kirtipal from Maniklal Mehta MPS, welcomes you to online learning class of Brin Mumbai Municipal Corporation. Today, we are going to learn English subject. So today we are going to learn a very interesting poem, 4.3, Mr. Nobody. Before starting the poem, let me give you a short introduction of the poem, Mr. Nobody. Children, this is a humorous poem in which the poet tells us something that is true about most homes. When anything is broken or goes wrong, nobody has done it. Like this, we say in our home. So, Mr. Nobody is a poem whose poet is unknown, means the author is unknown, anonymous. So, Mr. Nobody is a poem whose poet is unknown. The poem deals with many things that we never bother about and live carelessly. So, through this poem, the poet tells us something that is true about most home. When everything is broken or goes wrong, nobody has done it. We say like this. So, this was the short introduction related to this poem. Now, I am going to recite this poem for you. I know a funny little man, as quiet as a mouse, who does this, who does the mischief that is done in everybody's house. There's no one ever sees his face, and yet we all agree that every plate we break was cracked by Mr. Nobody. This is who always tears out books, who leaves the door ajar. He pulls the buttons from our shirts and scatters pins afar. That squeaking door will always squeak, for Preeti, don't you see? We leave the oiling to be done by Mr. Nobody. The finger marks upon the door by none of us are made. We never leave the blinds unclosed to let the curtains fade. The ink we never spill, the boots that are lying around you see, are not our boots. They all belong to Mr. Nobody. So I have recited this poem to you. Now I am going to explain this poem stanza wise. So we will see the explanation of the first stanza of the poem. I know a funny little man, as quiet as a mouse, who does the mischief that is done in everybody's house. There's no one ever sees his face, and yet we all agree that every plate we break was cracked by Mr. Nobody. Now, children, the poet is saying that I know a funny little man who is as quiet as a mouse. See, like a mouse, he comes and does all the mischievous thing in our house. Mischievous means to trouble someone, playful behavior. So here the poet is saying that who does this all mischievous. Okay, so such kind of mischievous thing it is done in everybody's house. The poet is saying that no one has seen the people's face who is doing this mischievous. Okay, and yet we all agree with this thing. Okay, next, that every plate we break was cracked by Mr. Nobody. Cracked means broken down by something. So here the poet is saying that every plate we break, it was cracked by Mr. Nobody. So the poet is saying that if by chance, if the child is breaking the plate, so who has done it? It has been done by Mr. Nobody. Means मैंने कुछ नहीं किया. So in this first stanza, the poet is trying to tell us that there is a funny little person in everybody's house who does all the mischievous very quietly, very silently. He comes and do all the mischievous things very quietly, and no one can see his face because he doesn't let himself become visible. He doesn't want to come in front of anyone. Okay, because he is visible as he does everything wrong. So he is doing everything wrong. So you don't like to come in front of everyone. So according to the poet is saying that yet we all have to agree that every plate which was found cracked and whichever mischievous by done in everybody's house, it has been done by Mr. Nobody. So in this first stanza, the poet is telling all these things to Mr. Nobody. Now we will move on to second stanza. This is he who always tears our books, who leaves our door ajar. He pulls the button from our shirt and scatters pins afar. That squeaking door will always squeak. Because of this, you see, we leave the oiling to be done by Mr. Nobody. Now, in the second stanza, the poet is saying that somebody is there who comes very quietly and tears all the pages of the book and who leaves the door ajar. Ajar means slightly open. Okay, means the door is half open and half closed. Further, the poet is saying that Mr. Nobody, he pulls out buttons from shirts and scatters the pins far away. You can see the pins are scattered over here, means spread here and there. Okay, so who has done all these things? This all things has been done by Mr. Nobody. Further, the poet is saying that the door, okay, that is squeaking. Squeaking means creaking. Okay, it will always continue to creak. It will always continue to squeak because we all of us leaves the oiling to be done by Mr. Nobody. Okay, so in this second stanza, the poet is saying that there is some person who always damages the books by tearing them. He leaves the door silently opened without closing it properly. So, according to the poet is saying that Mr. Nobody, who always pull away the button from our shirts, making them unfit for wearing, and scatter the pins here and there and far away, and make them invisibly to everyone and dangerous too, because if the pins are scattered over here and there, someone might get hurt. So according to the poet is saying that we leave the squeaking door to squeak because we do not bother to oil it, and we leave that oiling work to be done by Mr. Nobody. So in the second stanza, the poet is trying to tell us that we should be more responsible at our home. We will see next stanza. The finger marks upon the door by none of us are made. We never leave the blinds unclosed to let the curtains fade. The ink we never spill, the boots that lying around you see, are not our boots, they all belong to Mr. Nobody, author unknown. Now, in the third stanza, the poet is saying that the marks, as you can see, children, there are finger marks on the door. So the poet is saying that none of us has made the finger marks on the door, and also we never leave these blinds unclosed. Blinds means the screen of the window. We should always close the windows. Why we should close the windows? Because it makes this curtains fade. Curtains fade means to lose color, freshness, or strength gradually. Okay, so nor we leave the window shades open, letting the curtains fade. Further, the poet is saying that we never spill. Spill means to fall out of the container. We never spill ink on the floor, and the boots, as you can see in this picture, that are lying on the ground, we say that are not our boots. They belong to Mr. Nobody. We say na कि मेरा तो नहीं है, मेरा तो नहीं है, मैं क्यों उठाऊं? So this also belong to Mr. Nobody. So in the last stanza, the poet is saying that the finger marks on the door are not done by us. It is done by Mr. Nobody. We never leave the window shades open. If it is open, then what we say? We say it is done by Mr. Nobody. We never spill ink on the floor. And if someone asks who has spilled the ink on the floor, we say that it is done by Mr. Nobody. And last, if the boots are lying somewhere in your house and if your parents ask whose boots are these, we say that कि मेरा तो नहीं है. So whom does it belong? They also belong to Mr. Nobody. So children, the central idea of the poem is, the message that we can get from the poem is, we have to be more responsible to ourselves. We should not scatter things here and there. We should do all the things in our home more responsibly. We cannot let our elders in the house to finish our unsettled business. Okay. Mr. Nobody is a mischief maker. He can refer to everybody in the house, especially the younger brothers and sisters. So the poet want to compare your younger brother and sister to Mr. Nobody. Children, Mr. Nobody, it is a humorous poem. Okay. Now we will see what are the characteristics of Mr. Nobody. He is funny. Mr. Nobody is funny. Quiet. Mr. Nobody is quiet. Then mischievous. Mr. Nobody is very mischievous. Invisible. Destructive. Mr. Nobody is invisible. We cannot see Mr. Nobody. Then destructive. Mr. Nobody, he destroys all the things in our home. He scatters the things here and there. Lazy. Untidy. Mr. Nobody is lazy. Untidy. Careless and clumsy. So these are the characteristics of Mr. Nobody. Now we will see the word meanings of this poem. The first one is ajar. Ajar means slightly open, means half closed, half open. The meaning of ajar, it is slightly open. Next, squeaking. Squeaking means creaking. Okay. The meaning of squeaking is creaking. And the last one is preeti. Okay, it means please. In old English, okay, in ancient times, we use the word preeti. Now we use it as please. Okay. Now children, I am going to ask you some questions. You can unmute yourself and give me the answer. You have to choose the correct alternative. Okay, so my first question is, this is a dash poem and your options are sad, humorous, angry, better. What will be the right option?
Humorous.
Yes, very good. This is a humorous poem. Excellent answer. My next question is, the meaning of a jar is, and your options are, first, kingdom, second, silent, third, search, fourth, slightly open.
Slightly open.
Very good,
Slightly
excellent.
open.
Very good, excellent answer, students. The meaning of ajar is slightly open. My next question is, the meaning of preeti is, and your options are, first, excuse me, second, please, third, request, fourth, advice. What will be the correct answer?
Please.
Please, yes, very good. The meaning of preeti is please. Preeti, it was used in Old English. Now we use the word as please. Okay, my next question. Who is responsible for all the mischief that is done in everybody's house? And your options are Mr. Somebody, Mr. Nobody, Mr. Gizare, and the last option is Shylock.
Mr. Nobody.
Yes, Mr. Nobody. Right answer. Mr. Nobody is responsible for all the mischief that is done in everybody's house. Very good. My next question is, which marks are there on the door? And your options are hand marks, finger marks, column marks, or foot marks. Which marks are there on the door?
Hand mark.
Hand marks. Okay. Any more answers from any other students?
Finger mark. Finger marks.
Finger marks. Yes, we have learned the finger marks upon the door by none of us are made in the last stanza. Okay. So your right answer will be finger marks. Finger marks are there on the door. Very good, students. Excellent answer. Now we will see the grammar part of this poem, that is personal pronouns. Okay. So pronoun be used instead of nouns. Okay. So we are going to learn personal pronouns, and in personal pronouns we are going to see three types of person, that is first person, second person, and third person. And in first, second, and third person there are two types of form. First one is singular form and the other one is plural form. Okay, so we will learn in detail first person, second person, and third person. Okay, first person. Now, what is first person of pronoun? See, personal pronoun of the first person, it stands for the person speaking. Okay, the person who is speaking, he is the first person. And the examples for first person are, see, I, me, mine, we, us, ours are pronouns of first person. Okay, if you find these words like I, me, mine, we, us, ours, so these all are the pronouns which we use for first person. Okay, now we will see singular and plural form of the first person. Now in singular form, I is used and me is used. Okay, in singular form, children, you can use I and me. We use I and me. मतलब मैं. Okay, then and mine. I, me, mine. And in the plural form of the first person, we use we. We means hum. Okay, us. Okay, ours. So see children, once again, I'll revise for you. In the first person of the pronoun, in singular form, singular means one and plural means more than one. So in singular, we use I, me, mine. And in plural, we use we, us, and ours. Okay, we will see some example related to this pronoun, first person. See, this car belongs to us. Okay, so here us, it is the first person of the personal pronouns. See, us is underlined over here. Your next example is I won the award. Now here I word. Here I is the first person of the personal pronoun. Third example, the matter is between Ravi and me. So your me will be the first person of the personal pronoun. And the last example, we won the match. So here we, the word we, it will be your first person of the personal pronoun. Okay. Now we will see the second person. See, personal pronoun of the second person stands for the person spoken to, means to the person whom to you're speaking. जिससे आप बात कर रहे हो. Okay, and the examples are you, yours. See the words you and yours, they are the pronouns of the second person. Okay, see. Now, in second person also, there are two forms, that is singular and plural. Okay. Now, in singular, you, yours, and in plural, you, yours. Means in second person of the personal pronoun, singular and plural words are same. Okay. You can use the same words for singular and plural form of the second person of the personal pronoun. We will see some examples related to the second person of the personal pronoun. Your first example is, why are you crying? Now here the word you. Okay, it is the second person, okay, of the personal pronoun. Second example, only you are allowed to attend the party. So your word you, here it is the second person, okay, of the personal pronoun. Now, children, we will see third person of the personal pronoun. See, the third person is the person spoken about. मतलब जिसके बारे में हम बात कर रहे हैं, the person about whom we are talking. Okay, so the third person is the person spoken about. See, he, him, his, she, her, hers, it, its, they, them, theirs are the pronouns of third person. These all pronouns are used when we are speaking about the third person, okay, of personal pronoun. Now we will see singular and plural form of the third person of the personal pronoun. Now in singular we use he, him, and his. Then she, her, hers. Okay, then it and its. Okay, now in plural, they, then them, and theirs. Okay, see, he, him, his we use for male. Then she, her, and hers we use for females. And it and its we use for objects and non-living things. Okay, so this was singular form and this was plural form of the third person of the personal pronoun. Okay, children, we will have a look at the table of the personal pronouns. See, personal pronouns, they are divided into singular and plural. Singular means one and plural means more than one. Okay, so personal pronouns, they are divided into three different categories, that they are first person, second person, and third person. Now, in first person singular form, we use I, me, my, mine. Then in first person of plural form, we use we, us, our, and ours. Then in second person of singular form, we use you, your, yours. Okay, in second person of the plural form, we use you, your, yours. You can see your children, second person of the personal pronoun, singular and plural are the same. Then in the third person of singular, see, he, she, it, him, her, his, her, hers, its. And in plural, they, them, their, theirs. Okay, I hope personal pronouns of first person, second person, and third person is clear to you. Now I am going to ask you some questions based on these personal pronouns. State whether the underlined pronouns are first person, second person, or third person. Okay, I will say you some examples. The pronoun is already underlined for you. Only you have to answer me whether it is first person, second person, or third person. Okay, so children, you can unmute yourself and give me the answer. So my first question is, I want to do my homework. Yes, I want to do my homework. So children, I will be first person, second person or third person?
First person. First person.
Excellent answer, students. Very good. First person. My second question, your house is beautiful. Your house is beautiful. Your.
Second person.
Second person. Very good. Excellent answer. My next question is, her dress looks beautiful. So your
Third
word
person.
her. Third person. Very good. Excellent answer. Her will be third person. My next question, how are you? You?
Second person.
Second person. Very good. We are going to school. We are going to school. So here the pronoun we will be first person, second person or third person?
First.
First person. Very good. Now last question. They are little children. They is a pronoun over here. So
Third
can you third person. Excellent answer, students. They is third person. I'm very happy with your answers. Very good. Thank you, children, for your cooperation. We will again meet in our next English lecture. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.